At the award ceremony, my 16-year-old daughter Lauren was moments away from claiming her dream art scholarship. She had worked endlessly on her portfolio, sketching late into the night and saving every penny for supplies. The announcer called her name, and the crowd clapped as she stood up smiling. But then his face changed. He paused and said, "We regret to inform you that Lauren has withdrawn her application. The scholarship goes to the next candidate." The room went silent, and Lauren's smile faded into confusion. I felt my stomach twist because she hadn't withdrawn anything. This was her only shot at college, the full ride we needed after scraping by on freelance gigs. Someone had sent a fake email from her account right before the event, pretending to be her. And deep down I knew it came from family. My brother and parents had orchestrated it for their own reasons. They called it for the family's greater good. I didn't shout or cause a scene. Instead, I gathered evidence quietly. Within days, investigators were knocking on their doors. If this betrayal story resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to subscribe for more real family drama tales. We rushed out of the award ceremony hall in Seattle, the cool evening air hitting us like a slap after the stuffy room full of applause and spotlights. Lauren clutched her portfolio bag tightly, her face pale under the streetlights as we got into the car. She hadn't said a word since the announcer's bombshell, just stared ahead while I drove home, gripping the steering wheel hard enough to leave marks. The scholarship was from the Pacific Northwest Art Foundation, a full ride covering tuition, supplies, and even a stipend for her to study illustration at the university downtown. We'd counted on it for months. Her sketches of cityscapes and family portraits had won her the spot over thousands of applicants. But now it was gone, reassigned on stage like some cruel joke. I pulled over at a gas station lot because my hands were shaking too much to drive straight. Lauren finally spoke, her voice barely above a whisper as she turned to me with wide eyes. "Why would they say I withdrew it? I never did that." We both knew she hadn't. She'd been ecstatic when the acceptance email came, printing it out and taping it to her bedroom wall next to her favorite drawings. I grabbed my phone and dialed the foundation's contact number from their website, the one listed for emergencies. It rang 4 times before a voice answered. "This is the awards office. How can I help?" I explained the situation fast, giving Lauren's applicant ID while she sat beside me, twisting her hands in her lap. The woman on the line typed something and then sighed softly. "We received an email from her registered account this afternoon, just before the ceremony started. It stated she was declining the award due to personal reasons. The spot was immediately given to the waitlisted candidate." My throat tightened as I asked her to read back the email address. She did, and Lauren nodded slowly. "That's mine, but I didn't send anything. Can you forward me a copy of that message?" I press, trying to keep my tone steady even though anger was building inside like a storm. The woman agreed and said she'd send it to the same address for verification. While we waited in the car with the engine off, the silence stretched between us, heavy and uncomfortable. Lauren's phone pinged after a few minutes, and she opened the forwarded email with trembling fingers. There it was, a short message from her account time-stamped at 4:32 p.m. Right during the pre-ceremony mingle when family was milling around the venue lobby. It read simply that she appreciated the opportunity but had to withdraw for family commitments. Lauren looked up at me, tears welling but not falling yet. "Mom, this isn't me. I wouldn't throw away everything I've worked for." We both stared at the screen, the timestamp burning into my mind because it matched the exact moment Heather had borrowed her phone. That's when the pieces started clicking together in my head, pulling me back to how this all began with our family dynamics that I'd tried to ignore for years. I grew up 1 year behind my brother Daniel, close enough in age that comparisons were constant from our parents. Daniel was always the golden child in subtle ways. If he skipped chores, it was because he was busy with sports. But if I did the same, I was irresponsible. Our parents weren't outright mean, but the favoritism showed in small things like extra praise for his average grades, while mine had to be perfect to get noticed. When he cried as a kid, it was sensitivity needing comfort. When I did, it was drama to toughen up. I learned to let it go early on, building my life away from that shadow by focusing on my freelance graphic design work and raising Lauren on my own after her dad left when she was little. Daniel and I both had kids around the same time Lauren and his daughter Heather, who were born just months apart. For a while, I thought things had changed for the better, because the girls were thick as thieves growing up in Seattle's rainy suburbs. They attended the same art classes after school, shared sleepovers with popcorn and sketchbooks, even collaborated on projects like designing matching posters for school events. We lived nearby, swapping babysitting duties and joining for family barbecues in the backyard, where the girls would run around chasing fireflies in summer. Our parents doted on both grandkids at first glance, but the bias crept in quietly. Lauren got compliments for being reliable, while Heather was called creative and bold. If Heather forgot to clean up after a playdate, it was overlooked with a laugh. If Lauren did, she needed to learn responsibility. The real tension surfaced when both girls applied for this art scholarship. It was competitive national level with only a handful of spots for high school juniors showing promise in visual arts. Lauren poured her soul into it, staying up nights, refining her digital illustrations of urban life inspired by Seattle's markets and ferries. Heather applied too, with her abstract paintings that our parents raved about as groundbreaking. The girls supported each other at first. Lauren even helped Heather edit her essay, suggesting ways to highlight her unique style. When Lauren's acceptance came through via email a month ago, we celebrated with homemade pizza at home. She was over the moon but immediately asked about Heather. I told her honestly that Heather would be fine. This was her achievement. A week later, Heather got her response waitlisted. First alternate if anyone dropped out. Lauren felt guilty right away, saying it didn't seem fair when they both worked hard. Heather acted gracious at the time, hugging Lauren and saying at least one of us made it. But looking back now in that gas station lot, I remembered the award ceremony afternoon more clearly. We'd all gathered early at the venue, a community art center downtown with galleries and a small auditorium. Daniel and Heather arrived with our parents, everyone chatting in the lobby over coffee and cookies provided for families. Lauren was nervous, adjusting her dress and portfolio while mingling. At one point, Heather approached Lauren with a smile, holding out her hand. Hey, can I borrow your phone quick? Mine's dead, and I need to text my friend about the after-party plans. Lauren handed it over without a second thought. They shared everything from clothes to art supplies. Heather stepped away toward the hallway for privacy, phone in hand, and was gone about 10 minutes. When she returned, she handed it back casually. Thanks, cuz. And they laughed about something silly before the ceremony started. I hadn't thought twice about it then. Just typical teen stuff. But now, with the email timestamp matching that exact window, Lauren's eyes widened as she connected the dots too. It was during the mingle, she whispered, when Heather had my phone. We sat there in stunned quiet, the forwarded email glowing on the screen like evidence we couldn't ignore. Lauren's shoulders slumped as she murmured that Heather must have accessed her email app. It was logged in automatically since she used it for school submissions. Why would she do this? Lauren asked, her voice cracking with hurt more than anger. I pulled her into a hug, feeling my own rage simmer, because this wasn't a glitch or mistake. It was deliberate sabotage from someone we trusted like family. The drive home felt endless through Seattle's traffic, rain starting to patter on the windshield as if mirroring our mood. Once inside our small apartment overlooking the sound, I booted up my laptop while Lauren paced the living room. We needed more proof before accusing anyone. I wasn't about to let emotions cloud judgment. Lauren checked her phone's activity log first, scrolling through recent apps and timestamps. There it was, email app opened at 4:30 p.m. Sent items showing the withdrawal message. but no outgoing calls or texts to cover it. Heather had been smarter, perhaps deleting traces or just relying on the chaos of the event. That's when I remembered the security app on Lauren's phone, one I'd installed last year for peace of mind after a string of neighborhood thefts. It had a motion-activated recording feature that captured audio and video if the device was moved unusually. Lauren opened the app, her fingers flying over the screen, and pulled up the footage from that afternoon. The clip was grainy, but clear enough. Heather in the venue hallway, Lauren's phone in her hand with its distinctive blue case visible. She glanced around quickly, tapped the screen a few times, then typed rapidly before slipping it back into her pocket and walking away smiling. No audio caught the exact words, but the timing lined up perfectly with the email send. Lauren replayed it twice, her face hardening each time. She did it on purpose, didn't she? To get the spot for herself since she was waitlisted. I nodded slowly, the betrayal sinking in like cold water, because Heather had been like a sister to Lauren, sharing secrets over late-night texts and collaborating on art pieces for fun. They'd even planned to room together if both got into the program. Now that trust was shattered, and I knew Daniel had to be involved. Somehow he'd always pushed Heather harder, bragging about her talents at family dinners while downplaying Lauren's steady progress. We didn't sleep much that night, sitting up with cups of tea going cold on the table as I outlined our next steps. First thing tomorrow I'd confront Daniel, but not over the phone in person to see his reaction. Lauren agreed, but looked exhausted, curling up on the couch with her sketchbook like it was a shield. As I watched her draw absent-mindedly, lines shaky for the first time in years, something fierce protective rose in me. This wasn't just about a scholarship anymore. It was about defending her future from those who should have protected it most. The morning brought gray skies and a resolve I hadn't felt in years. I dropped Lauren at school. She insisted on going to keep some normalcy, and headed straight to Daniel's house across town, in the suburbs, where he'd lived since marrying young. He worked as a sales manager for a tech firm, always talking up his flexible schedule that let him attend Heather's events. Our parents lived nearby too, often dropping in for dinners or to babysit when needed. As I drove past familiar streets lined with evergreens, memories flooded back of childhood summers playing in those yards, Daniel always leading games, while I followed along quietly. Pulling into his driveway, I spotted his car there and took a deep breath before knocking. Daniel opened the door with a surprised grin that faltered when he saw my expression. "Hey, sis, what's going on? Come in." I stepped inside the kitchen, smelling of fresh coffee, but stayed standing, pulling out my phone to show the forwarded email screenshot. This was sent from Lauren's account yesterday afternoon during the ceremony mingle. Same time Heather borrowed her phone. Daniel glanced at it and shrugged lightly, pouring himself a cup without offering me one. "Are you sure Lauren didn't change her mind?" "Kids get cold feet sometimes." His casual tone made my blood boil, but I kept it even. Lauren helped Heather with her application essays, shared her art tips, even let her use her supplies. And now the scholarship's gone, reassigned to Heather, I bet, since she was waitlisted. Daniel set down his mug and crossed his arms, his face shifting to defensive. "Look, Heather was devastated when she didn't get in first. Lauren kept saying how bad she felt about it. Maybe she felt guilty and stepped aside. It was like he was testing the waters, seeing if I'd buy the lie." "What are you implying? That Lauren sabotaged herself?" I shot back, and he gave a small shrug again. "Sometimes the one who wins feels like they don't deserve it. Winners get the last say." That was the moment I knew he wasn't just covering. He'd encouraged it, or at least knew after the fact. "Heather's clever with tech," I said slowly. "But you're the one who taught her how to navigate apps and emails for school. Did you help her log in or plan this?" Daniel's eyes narrowed, but he didn't deny it outright. "Family helps family. Heather needs this more. She's got that spark, but struggles with focus. Lauren's strong, she'll bounce back." His words echoed our parents' old favoritism, valuing Heather's potential over Lauren's hard work. I left without another word, driving away with fists clenched on the wheel. Back home, Lauren was waiting after school, and I showed her the phone log again to confirm. We decided to dig deeper before going to the authorities, maybe check if the foundation could reverse it with proof. But as we sat reviewing the recording once more, a text came from our cousin Danielle. I'd mentioned the ceremony mix-up to her casually last night. She said she'd forward our story to a friend at a local art community forum, if it helped. Little did we know that small act would change everything later. The next day brought more revelations as I called the foundation again, this time demanding details on the reassignment. They confirmed it went to Heather, her waitlist spot activated immediately after the withdrawal. Lauren's face crumpled at that, but she straightened up quickly. It's not just theft, it's like they erased me. We printed everything: email, timestamp, phone log, recording, still building a file like detectives in one of those true crime shows she liked. That evening, our parents called, their voices cheerful at first about the ceremony until I mentioned the email. Mom paused and said we heard from Daniel. Sounds like a misunderstanding. Dad chimed in that Heather deserved a chance too, since she's family. Their words hung in the air like a confession, and I realized they knew more than they let on. Lauren overheard and grabbed the phone, her voice steady despite the hurt. You think Heather needed it more? That's why you let this happen? There was silence on the other end before Mom said softly that sometimes tough choices keep the family together. We hung up, and Lauren didn't cry. She just nodded like she'd expected it all along. That's when I knew we couldn't wait anymore. I opened my laptop and started drafting a formal complaint to the foundation, attaching all our evidence. Impersonation, fraud, call it what you want, but it was sabotage, plain and simple. As the file uploaded slowly over our spotty Wi-Fi, Lauren sat beside me, sketching again, this time a portrait of herself, standing tall against a stormy background. It gave me hope amid the anger because she wasn't breaking. She was fighting back in her way. The complaint sent with a whoosh, and we waited for their response while planning the police report next. But first, I needed to confront our parents in person, bring pancakes or not, this time with proof they couldn't ignore. The complaint to the foundation went through late that night, and I attached every piece of evidence we had: the forwarded email, the phone log showing the app access, the recording clip of Heather in the hallway with Lauren's device. Lauren watched me hit send, her eyes fixed on the screen as if willing it to fix everything right then. We didn't talk much after that. She headed to her room to finish homework, while I sat at the kitchen table staring at my phone. The timestamp haunted me: 4:32 p.m., exactly when Heather had the phone, and I cross-checked it against Lauren's account activity one more time. No doubt left, the sent folder had been cleared, but the foundation's copy proved it originated from her device. Morning came with a response email from the foundation. They acknowledged receipt and said they'd review the materials within 48 hours, but warned that once reassigned, reversals were rare. Lauren read it over breakfast cereal, going soggy in her bowl. It's not fair, she said quietly, pushing the dish away. Heather gets the spot, and we have to prove she's wrong? I agreed, but reminded her we had proof now. It was time to face the family head-on. I called Daniel first, figuring he'd be at work but might pick up. The line rang twice before he answered with a clipped tone. What now? I didn't waste words. We have the recording of Heather sending that email from Lauren's phone during the mingle. Timestamp matches perfectly. There was a long pause on his end, traffic noise in the background like he was driving. Then he laughed shortly, not amused but dismissive. You think Heather did this alone? Come on, kids mess around with phones all the time. Maybe Lauren let her as a favor. His words twisted like a knife, because it was the excuse I'd feared, blaming the victim to deflect. Lauren didn't know, I pressed. And you encouraged Heather, didn't you? Pushed her to take what she deserved since she's the creative one in your eyes. Daniel sighed heavily. Look, Heather was crushed being waitlisted. I might have suggested she talk to Lauren about sharing opportunities, but that's it. Family looks out for each other. Lauren's tough. She'll find another way. His admission was veiled, but clear enough he'd planted the idea, or at least approved after. Why not just support both girls? I ask, my voice rising despite trying to stay calm. Because life's not fair, he snapped back. Parents always said Heather needs extra help to shine while Lauren coasts on discipline. It's for the greater good keeping peace. I hung up before saying something I'd regret, my heart pounding as I paced the apartment. Lauren overheard from the hallway and joined me, her face set in determination. He's covering for her, isn't he? We need to go to Grandma and Grandpa now. We grabbed our coats and drove to our parents' house in the eastern suburbs, a modest ranch-style home with a garden they'd tended since retiring. The rain had stopped, leaving puddles reflecting the overcast sky as we pulled up. I hadn't warned them we were coming better to catch reactions raw. Dad opened the door with a smile that faded when he saw our expressions. Come in. What's this about? Mom was in the living room knitting, but she set it aside quickly. We sat at the dining table, and I laid out the folder email printout. Timestamp notes, phone log. A still from the recording showing Heather with the phone. They flipped through silently at first, exchanging glances that spoke volumes. Mom spoke up, looking at Lauren directly. Heather's just a teenager making a bad choice under pressure. She's sensitive, this could ruin her. Dad nodded, adding that we all make mistakes. But Heather's a good girl at heart. I leaned forward, incredulous. You think she did it? They hesitated, then admitted softly that Daniel called last night, explaining everything. We discussed it as a family, Mom said. Heather deserved a shot too. She's not as resilient as Lauren. We figured keeping it quiet was best for everyone. Lauren stood up abruptly, her chair scraping the floor. So you knew and helped cover it? No one stole anything, Dad replied firmly. It stayed within the family, that's what matters. Mom added that Lauren would understand in time. She's strong enough to apply elsewhere. The words hit like echoes of old favoritism, always protecting Daniel's side, while expecting me to suck it up. We thought you'd overreact, Dad continued, so we stayed out of it. But involving outsiders? That's not how we handle things. I stood too, gathering the papers. This isn't overreacting, it's fraud and impersonation. They stole her chance deliberately. Mom's eyes welled up. Please don't make this ugly. Heather's been crying since the ceremony, thinking you hate her now. We left without hugs or goodbyes, the door closing behind us with finality. In the car, Lauren scrolled her phone, uploading screenshots to our extended family chat, the email, the log, the still frame with a simple message. Heather sent this from my phone during the ceremony. Daniel knew, grandparents covered it. Believe what you want, but this is the truth. Back home, the foundation emailed an update they'd frozen Heather's award pending investigation, and asked for more details if available. Lauren answered their questions while I called the local police non-emergency line. I'd like to report digital impersonation and scholarship fraud involving a minor. The officer took notes over the phone, promising to follow up soon. It felt surreal explaining how family could do this, using Lauren's trust to sabotage her dream for Heather's benefit. Hours later, my phone rang, Daniel's number, flashing angrily. You reported us to the cops? His voice boomed through the speaker before I could respond. Investigators showed up at my door, asking questions. Heather's terrified, and our parents think someone's died. How could you drag strangers into family business without warning? I stayed calm, replying that I confronted you first, but you defended it. This is consequences for actions. He ranted about ruining reputations and splitting the family, but I cut him off. You split it when you let Heather steal from Lauren. Goodbye, Daniel. The call ended with him cursing under his breath, and Lauren looked at me from across the room. They're mad because they got caught, not because it's wrong. We blocked their numbers that evening, Daniel, Heather, our parents, no dramatic texts, just clean silence. The foundation scheduled a virtual meeting for tomorrow to discuss findings, and cousin Danielle texted saying she'd shared our post on a local art Facebook group, where it was gaining traction. People were outraged, commenting support, and even offering tips on similar cases. As night fell, Lauren sketched more fiercely than before, a series of panels showing a girl rising from shadows cast by family figures. It inspired me because despite the hurt, she was channeling it into creation. The investigators followed up the next day with questions about timelines and access. We provided everything, including the device for forensic check if needed. They confirmed it qualified as identity misuse under state law, especially since it involved financial opportunity like a scholarship. Word spread fast through the art community. Danielle's share led to emails from other artists offering mentorship for Lauren or ways to reapply elsewhere. The foundation's meeting revealed they'd voided Heather's award entirely, citing misconduct evidence. They couldn't reinstate Lauren's immediately due to rules, but encouraged her to submit for their emergency fund based on the circumstances. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress proof that standing up mattered. Investigators built their case over the following days, interviewing Heather, who cracked under questioning, admitting Daniel suggested the idea after seeing Lauren's acceptance. He claimed it was just talk, but evidence showed texts between them, planning the borrow during the mingle. Our parents were questioned too, revealing they'd advised keeping quiet to protect Heather's future. Charges loomed: computer misuse for Heather, aiding for Daniel with potential fines and probation. Lauren thrived amid the chaos, joining an online art forum where her story inspired discussions on protecting creative work. She even started a small series on digital security for artists, sharing tips like two-factor authentication. As we waited for official outcomes, I felt a shift: no longer just surviving, but reclaiming control from those who'd tried to take it. The investigators wrapped up their initial review within a week, calling us in for a follow-up statement at the local precinct downtown. Lauren and I sat in a small room with fluorescent lights buzzing overhead, recounting the timeline again: the ceremony mingle, Heather borrowing the phone, the email send matching the recording. The officer nodded, taking notes on his tablet, and explained that cases like this, involving minors and digital fraud, often moved fast, especially with clear evidence. Heather had confessed during her interview, not everything at first, but enough to implicate Daniel. She said he'd complained about the waitlist being unfair, and suggested leveling the playing field by making Lauren step aside. Daniel denied directing her, but admitted knowing after, when she told him proudly about getting the spot. Charges were filed soon after Heather for computer misuse and identity theft under juvenile statutes, Daniel for aiding and abetting as an adult. The foundation cooperated, fully providing their email logs, which confirmed the impersonation. Heather's award was permanently voided, and she was barred from future funding through their programs, her name flagged in their system for misconduct. At the hearing a month later, a quick juvenile court session with a judge reviewing reports, Heather stood quietly beside Daniel, looking smaller than her 16 years. The judge assigned her community service, 50 hours cleaning up local parks and attending digital ethics classes. Daniel got hit harder: 1-year probation, a fine of $5,000, and mandatory counseling on family dynamics. Our parents attended the hearing sitting stiffly in the back row, but didn't approach us afterward. Mom sent a text later that day: "We're disappointed you pushed this far. Heather's reputation is damaged forever." I didn't respond. Instead, I forwarded it to the investigators as potential harassment and blocked her number too. Lauren watched me do it without a word. We'd already cut ties completely. No family chats or holidays planned. Silence became our boundary, stronger than any argument could be. With Heather's spot empty, the foundation opened an emergency reapplication for affected candidates. Lauren submitted immediately, her original portfolio plus a new essay detailing the experience without naming names directly. She wrote about resilience in art, how betrayal fueled her creativity rather than breaking it. Word had spread through Danielle's share on social media. The art Facebook group post went viral locally with hundreds of likes and shares. Artists commented support, offering to mentor Lauren or donate supplies. One gallery owner even invited her to a summer workshop, free of charge. 2 weeks after the hearing, we got the call Lauren's reapplication approved for the full ride scholarship effective immediately. The foundation cited her talent and the unusual circumstances as reasons for the exception. Lauren jumped up, hugging me tightly when I told her, "You're in, all yours now." She pulled back, grinning for the first time in months. I thought they broke my spirit, but look at me rising stronger. We celebrated quietly with takeout from our favorite Seattle diner, overlooking the water. No big party, just us reflecting on the whirlwind. Lauren started classes that fall, majoring in illustration with a focus on digital media. She joined a campus art club, tutoring younger students on weekends, and landed an internship at a local design firm through connections from the viral story. Sometimes I'd catch her sketching family scenes, not our old one, but imagined groups supporting each other equally. Heather faded from our lives. We heard through distant relatives she switched schools and dropped art for a while, focusing on community service instead. Daniel paid his fine grudgingly and went radio silent. Our parents tried one last card with a letter pleading for reconciliation, but I returned it unopened. Cutting them out wasn't easy. Holidays felt empty at first, without the usual gatherings, but it brought peace we'd never had before. No more walking on eggshells around favoritism or excuses for bad behavior. Lauren thrived without the shadow, her confidence blooming like one of her vibrant drawings. She even presented at a school panel on online safety, sharing anonymized tips from our ordeal: use unique passwords, enable alerts for logins, trust but verify with family. This experience taught me that family bonds aren't unbreakable if they're built on imbalance. I learned the hard way that protecting your child's future sometimes means drawing lines against those closest to you. Favoritism isn't love. It's control disguised as care. It hurt cutting ties completely, but it freed us to build healthier connections elsewhere. If you're facing similar betrayal, watch for the signs: early unequal praise, excuses for one over another, and don't hesitate to seek justice through proper channels. Safeguard your achievements with vigilance, because not everyone celebrates your wins. This story shows resilience wins out. Stand firm and you'll emerge stronger. Thanks for sticking with this tale to the end. Your support means a lot. If it resonated, drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life family stories that unpack the drama we all face.